Hello everyone, it's Christina again. I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be about avoiding burnout. Burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion. It's caused by excessive and prolonged stress. As the stress continues, you will begin to lose interest and motivation that led you to take on that certain role or position in the first place, which leads to burnout. Burnout and children do not go together because children operate off of routine. They operate off of being emotionally stimulated. They run off of being interacted with. So if you are burnt out, it's not gonna work. I want to talk about how I was burnt out and I really didn't notice. I was just kind of running off of fumes, interacting with my children, taking them to the park, taking them to all these play dates, and I was not taking care of myself. I was pouring from an empty cup, which that does not work. Pouring from an empty cup, there's nothing in the cup to pour. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And that led me to be very irritable, hyper focused in my kids' faces all the time. Like I was like their sibling, just living for my kids. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't putting myself first. It was just kids 24/7 all the time. That's all I was thinking about. That's all I was doing besides working. That was not the right thing to do, looking back. Essentially, I did not give the kids the best version of me because in my mind I was so preoccupied with always trying to take care of their needs and be readily available for anything they had going on. With that being said, I want to reiterate on how you cannot give to your children without having something to give. Therefore, you cannot pour from an empty cup. What does burnout look like? Isolation, not participating in self-care, depression, anxiety, increase or decrease interaction with others and or your children, exhaustion or hyperactivity, and overall feeling tired and drained mentally, physically, and emotionally. Ways to avoid burnout. Let's reflect on who you were before you were a caretaker. Let's focus on reconnecting with self. What did you like to do? Did you like to take hot showers? Did you like to go to the gym? Did you like to go to the movies every Tuesday for a matinee? Did you go to Starbucks to treat yourself to something? Did you go get a pedicure? Did you go get a massage? Let's just think about the foundation you had before being a caretaker existed. What was your routine? And let's try to find a way to incorporate that back into your present daily schedule. Now, this may require you to wake up early or go to sleep late, but it's definitely worth it because you have to put yourself first. Yourself is first. Once you take care of yourself, then you can take care of other people. Personally, it depends on the day. I may wake up early, a couple hours early before my children, so I can ground and prepare for the day mentally and physically. I take a long shower without being interrupted. I may go to sleep late by trying to either catch up on a book or a show, something that is not a kid's show, and I don't have to worry about my kids wanting to play or whatever because they're asleep, because I'm staying up late because it's me time. Me time is for me. I want to talk about some grounding techniques too. I feel like grounding isn't heavily taught. This is what works for me. Running off of anxiety, walking in cold or wet grass kind of makes me center and balance myself. It allows me to calm down and stop and think and prioritize, and I definitely think you should try it. If it does not work for you, there are other grounding techniques that you can look up. Some people use guided meditation. Some people just go out for a hike, or they'll go walk, or exercise. Body movement will never hurt you. Yoga is a very popular one. It's a little too slow for me, but I may fully immerse myself in it one day. Not today though. Having emotional support as well as physical support is definitely helpful. I want you to be creative. I want you to be creative and intentional when you think about how are you going to incorporate yourself back into your routine. It can be as simple as sitting on the porch and feeling. If you don't want to try grounding techniques, I suggest that you think of what would work best for you. Some people go to therapy, saunas help a lot. Just do something. Not doing anything is the wrong thing to do. So definitely be proactive and incorporate you back into your routine. Asking for help. Asking for help is not easy, especially if you have a child with special needs, because you are automatically programmed to know every single thing that your child may want or do, and you're anticipating their needs. I want to encourage you to find your tribe. Your tribe are going to be people that have an understanding of what you go through. They lift you up and they support you. Find your village. Your village are the people, most likely they are closest to you and they support you. It's understood that some people don't have a village, but you definitely have the power to make your own village. It doesn't have to be anyone related to you, but it has to be strong knit unity. One of my favorite resources about any type of special needs anything are Facebook groups. When I tell you there are so many gems, GEMS, there's so many gems and jewels in Facebook groups, because these are people all over the world that could relate to you in some type of way, and they always have resources for you. They may know an easier route for something you're having trouble with, or they have a lot of help to offer. Go on Facebook, search whatever you need help with. If it's anxiety, type in anxiety group in search, and it'll bring up a list of Facebook groups. So start there. That's just an example. So whatever you need help with, that Facebook groups are a great resource. You can also look in your community events. Whatever county you live in, I would look up events in that county. Specifically, I'm doing this video because our local library had an event talking about self-care and burnout, and I spoke at the event, so I decided to re-record it for this channel. But I only know that because I Google everything, I research everything. If there's something that could help me, I'm going to it. I'm signing up for the Zoom class. I'm doing any and everything I can that's gonna make my life easier. Once you align yourself with wanting to do better and putting yourself as a priority, your village will, once you prioritize yourself, you will start to see things different. If you take your kids to the park, you may notice there's another special needs child there. I would network with the caretaker. Like, that's an automatic play date right there. Like, align yourself with people that you can relate to. It's that easy. I also want to shed light on accepting help. I feel like all caretakers wear this invisible Superman cape that says, I can do it all, I do it best. That may be the case, but can't keep piling everything on your plate and still expecting balance. It does not work like that. So you can delegate tasks. You can teach someone how to do something you do and the way you want it done. Therefore, you can have more time to yourself. Delegate tasks. Teach someone to do something that you want done in the way you want it done. That'll be one less thing off of your plate. What I want you to take away from this video is to accept your journey. This is not easy, but you were handpicked by this child for a reason. And when you find out that reason, I want you to embrace that. Christina out.